Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea. Why is finding true love so difficult? I'm going to be reading from gotquestions.org. Why is finding true love so difficult? I want people to just learn what love is, since that's the first word of my channel, Love Beyond the Sea. Many things to know about it, and people should be curious about it. And the Bible does tell us what it really actually is and what it looks like to receive it. So let's dig in here today. And please subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea. I want to help guys who are looking for love overseas or domestically, and not give up and know how to love their spouse. So gotquestions.org. Well, I have a desire to love and be loved. We experience different levels of love from parents, siblings, friends, and others, but most of us also want to find that special someone with whom we can share a deeper level of love. Finding true love can seem incredibly difficult, and it's often hard to understand why. A big question to consider is, what is my definition of true love? Understanding what we mean by true love can help us see what we're really seeking, why it is or is not working. And continuing, they say many societies use the word love very loosely. Love is often associated with intense feelings that in truth are self-centered and non-committal. Let me repeat that. Feelings that are self-centered and non-committal. In many movies and TV shows, we see characters who follow their hormones and have sex before marriage. When love is shallowly rooted in pleasant emotions or physical feelings, it turns off as easily as it was turned on. Nothing wrong with wanting to experience good emotions towards the person we love. However, if that is the foundation of true relationships, the relationship is in trouble. If the kind of love we see demonstrated in today's sex-saturated culture is what we're looking for, then no wonder that it seems difficult to find. It's not true love we're after, but an experience that by nature can't last for long. The Bible gives us a much different picture of love. True love is of God. In fact, He is love, 1 John 4:8. And He's the one who put the need to love and be loved in us. Repeat that. He's the one who put the need to love and be loved in us. Therefore, understanding His design for love is crucial. True love, according to the Bible, is rooted in sacrifice, commitment, and an impulse to benefit the loved one. John 15:13. God's love for us took Him to the cross. We know for certain that Jesus was not experiencing happy emotions on His way to the cross. Luke 22. The Bible describes our relationship to Jesus as that of a bride and a bridegroom. True romance is designed to lead to and grow within a marriage commitment and should be rooted in sacrificial love. Any number of things could make finding true love according to God's design difficult. And here we'll be focused on a few of these big obstacles. They mention thinking that there is only one right person for us. I agree, because I've made videos on this. This is a lie that can keep us fearful that we're settling for less than the best. Waiting for one's perfect soulmate to show up can be a long wait. Whomever we choose to marry, they say, becomes the right one for us because we've made a lifetime commitment to that person. I've even heard people say, whomever you marry is the right one, because if God puts you together, you're the right people for each other. And those are pretty sobering statements. The Bible has narrowed the field. Our true love must be a believer for the Christian who is living for the Lord. This is from 2 Corinthians 6. Beyond that, God will provide wisdom and discernment, James 1:5. Wise, godly people who know us well can also provide guidance in finding true love. Also, an obstacle, thinking that a person will or can fulfill us. Only God can truly fulfill us, so we don't have to find romantic love to be a sense of fulfillment. None of us is perfect, and to expect another imperfect human being to meet every need is unrealistic, unhealthy, and can only lead to disappointment. Instead of looking for, Miss Perfect, how about looking for Miss Good Enough? And for many of us, time is running out. And, we should assess our own weaknesses with the weaknesses of another, because they're going to be marrying an imperfect person too. Another obstacle to finding true love, not being willing to change or grow. It's easy to imagine the kind of person we would love to be in love with, but how much effort do we expend in becoming that kind of person ourselves? We all have our own issues that we must address with God's help in order to be the kind of people He desires us to be. It can be tempting to think that finding true love will magically solve these issues, but being in a close relationship with someone will not fix our problems. It's more likely to expose them more. This can be a rewarding part of the relationship as iron sharpens iron, Proverbs 27:17, if we're willing to change and grow. I'm just interjecting here. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Now, if we're unwilling to change, the relationship will be strained, could eventually be destroyed. This does not mean that every personal issue must be, dealt with before we get married. I think we should get married personally 18. That's a good place to start. Rather, we should get into the practice of asking God to show us what things need to be cleaned out of our lives. As we become the people God wants us to be, we will be better suited for whatever relationships are in store. Another obstacle, thinking it's too late to find true love. Personally, I was almost there after 30 years of being alone. I was 53 and I got married. Been married 7 years and 8 months, which I simply can't believe, but I did not. I knew it was getting late, but I didn't want to look back with regret and not try. That's why I went to overseas to find a wife, because I just was very motivated, not just to work on myself, but to be in a good relationship with someone. So, thinking it's too late to find true love, back to gotquestions.org. Finding true love and getting married is not to be taken lightly. It is better to be cautious than to make a quick and reckless decision. We got married in 54 days, but I guess I was prepared, and God has helped us to stay together. And they say 3 times the Song of Solomon warns, do not arouse or awaken love until it so desires. Might also be translated until it's time. And this is, if you want to check, Song of Solomon 2, verse 7, Song of Solomon 3, verse 5, Song of Solomon 8, verse 4. They say God's timing is always best. We know that God cares about our desire to find true love. Back to the article, when we fully surrender that desire to Him, God, we release the burden of trying to make true love happen ourselves. Love is an essential quality of God, and He shows us in the Bible how real true love works. Redefining love, or trying to find it outside of God's design, is asking for frustration and disillusionment. Surrendering our desires to God, submitting to His will, and finding our fulfillment in Him are the keys to finding true love. And they mention Psalm 37, verse 4, take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Take delight in the Lord. It starts out there. So again, gotquestions.org. I want to be going through some of their works on love and all kinds of references to it in the Bible, because I've done this, 10 or 11 of these videos, and I'm learning all the time, and it's changing my perception, and I hope that will be the case for you as you watch here on Love Beyond the Sea.